R. Is that what we are today? R. That's my recap of A through R. I hope you guys remember to go back and reflect on the previous alphabets, because some of this one day will resonate with you and you're going to be able to recall everything I said. You're going to be able to reference it and pull from it. And you're going to say, I remember that damn Brian Beane. This makes so much sense now. So here we are on the letter R today. I've been going 18 days straight. How many letters R is? I know J is 10. So J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Yeah, so that means I'm on 18 days straight. I'm going to recap. Ha! How creative is that? And watch everything I've already done. Because I'm telling y'all right now, man, as the Jay-Z of keynote addresses, off the top of the dome, that means I do not really remember what I talked about previously. I know A had an asset in it. Why don't you have more assets than you do liabilities? It's because the educational system doesn't teach you that. They don't teach you that debt is the enemy of your wealth, and they don't teach you that your assets should buy your toys. So I talked about having a better attitude when it comes to your money and reaching a higher altitude by getting your assets out the way. Now, if I keep going and giving y'all 3 and 4 words per letter, we're going to be here all day. So let me try to stick to one. B, I know B's talked about business. At some point, I had to talk about business because as a business owner, I'm a big advocate of you opening your own business. Why? Because of the tax advantages. Business owners get all the perks. Business owners are the individuals that the government looks at and says, you know what? They can pay themselves first, pay the government last. If you don't have a business, I guarantee you, you are overpaying taxes by at least $600 to $800 a month. That could be money that you could be investing, and that money that you're not investing costs you in what's called lost opportunity costs. Wealthy people call it the future value of money, which means if you're giving the government an overpayment in taxes, then that's money that you could be investing, making yourself wealthy instead of them. Get you a business, a home-based business. We specialize in it. Contact the person who's watched. If they're a member of the extra digit movement, contact them so they can show you how to turn your house into an asset. And I'm not talking about a real estate perspective. C, you got to get some capital, man. At some point, you got to turn your income into capital. Your income is what you get from your job. Capital is when you take that income and put it into something that's going to make you more money. Capital is the startup cost, if you will, that you've decided you're going to use to further your mission and purpose and business and make more money, because the capital is something that usually generates more money if you put that capital in the right context. I'm going to throw some C's in where I can. I'm going to throw some letters in where I can. D, what did I talk about? I honestly don't remember. Dividends. I know that was one of them. Dividends. That's right. Dividends and anything that appreciates is also known as capital gains. Dividends is something you earn from a stock that you've actually invested in. By law, all shareholders must be paid at the same time. When's the last time you got a dividend check or earned, or I should rephrase. When's the last time you earned a dividend? In other words, you put your money, capital, into somebody else's business, and because of the growth of their business, they owe you a percentage of the profits because you were smart enough to get in on that investment early. They owe you a dividend. Every dollar you make should not be earned from labor. At some point, money has to make you money. Did I say earn? E comes after D. Let's earn some money a different way. Let's get some non-wage income in our life. Now, the reason you need to go back and recap everything that I'm saying is because I didn't do earn before. That I do, in fact, remember. Earn was not in my E's. So go back and check out the original E's, but since this is the recap and we're doing R today, and I can't remember what I said on E, we're going to go with earn. So you guys need to earn dividends. You need to earn non-wage income. There are only 2 kinds of equity. There it is. The E was equity. There are only 2 kinds of equity, time and money. But you can't be broke and busy. If you got a lot of money, you usually don't have a lot of time. People with a whole bunch of time usually don't have a whole bunch of money. But most people in America are broke and busy, and you cannot be both. Earn your money a different way so you can increase your equity in things that appreciate. F. What was F? I think I said you need to forget. You need to forget half the things you learned in the educational system. That was another E, your education. You need to forget half the things they taught you in schools. Most professors don't own a business, so they can't teach you how to be a business owner. Most professors are employees. This is not a knock against teachers or educators. Do not misquote me. But in colleges, they're never going to teach business. Oh, because of the endowments. It's all coming back now. Because of the endowments, colleges get endowments from corporate America. Corporate America is going to tell colleges what to teach. So colleges will send more employees to corporate America because they get the endowments that fund your educational system. Is it making sense? Is this a cool recap? That was E. F, forget half the things you were taught about money because it is not true, because the educational system teaches you things that you should forget or you would be in a better situation. So what you need to do is forego some of the traditional learning when it comes to money that you've been given. And you need to forget a lot of the things that even our parents, our surroundings, our friends and family taught us about money because it's just not true. G, I think I said games or game. I know I said game because there are games like Monopoly and there are games like Cash Flow Quadrant, but capitalism is also a game. And you got to learn the rules of the game. So on my G, I talked about the rules that govern capitalism. It demands that people take advantage of you if you don't know the rules. That's why most Americans are on a football field trying to shoot a three-pointer. They think a field goal in basketball and a field goal in football are the same. Both sports have a field goal and they're both games, but one is worth 2 points, one is worth 3 points. So you can't shoot a three-pointer through a field goal. You got to kick the ball through the uprights to get a field goal in football. But because you've been playing basketball in the wrong sport, you're trying to shoot three-pointers on the football field. Got it? H, I don't know. I can't remember. That's why we're on R's today. I'm giving you a recap. But how about this? Ask for help. See, if you know money's not your favorite subject, or if you know you got some bad habits, that's what it was. It's coming to me now. It's coming to me. H was habits, man. Always attach a good habit to something that you have to do every day. So I always tell people, if you have to brush your teeth, which I hope you do, if you got to eat, which I hope you do, have your affirmation cards. Have a habit of putting your bills on autopilot. That way it becomes a habit. You don't have to think about it so much. Have a habit of doing something positive every single day as it relates to your health. That's what H was. Health. I gave you what's called a 1-9 ladder as it relates to your health, because health is, in fact, wealth. So go back and check out the H, because what good is a whole bunch of money if every day you're not feeling well? Every day you're not feeling good. You can't get up and pursue your goals and dreams if you aren't happy. That's another H. With your health. Can't even think about money. Go create the habit of being healthy and wealth will come a lot easier. I was the letter I. I'm accepting responsibility for my own finances. I will no longer blame people for the current situation I'm in. I will do better at getting the knowledge and information, and I will no longer be ignorant to something that's prevalent on the internet. I remember because I was flowing just like I did just now. It's on the internet. You got all the information you need. I need to be responsible for my own information. J, journal this stuff, man. Journal this stuff. You mean to tell me I'm going to go through all the letters of the alphabet? I made $1 million in my 20s, lost it all, got it all back. So I obviously have some information that you need. So why don't you go back and get a journal and just go through these letters of the alphabet and teach your children how to learn the ABCs of money. Juxtaposition. To juxtapose something means to compare it to something previous. Like the TV was $999. Now it's $799. They want you to get the TV because they juxtapose the price. You need to say, I was ignorant about money. I used to treat my finances a certain way, but I slashed that mentality. And now, guess what? I'm in a better position because of it. Today, we're on the R's, man. We're doing recaps. I'm cheating a little bit. Why? Because I already did these, but you can tell I'm still the Jay-Z of keynotes because I'm going off the dome. K was knowledge. They say knowledge is the new currency. Why don't you get you some? Now I did a whole bunch of K's, but I know one of my K's was knowledge. I know another one if I didn't do it. I'm telling you now, the lack of knowledge will knock you on your ass in capitalism. So get this knowledge and don't just sit on it. They say knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power when used properly. Capitalism will knock you on your butt and kick you in your ass if you don't apply this knowledge I'm giving you for 26 days in a row. These are just the facts. L, leverage. Why don't you get some leverage in your life? Every dollar you make, you're not supposed to work for. In fact, if every dollar you make, you're working for, you are being leveraged. It's only two kinds of people: those who use leverage and those who get leveraged. I talked about if I pick up this sofa, when it comes to labor and me trying to do it by myself, I look crazy because I'm not using leverage. I'm 5'8", 150 pounds soaking wet. Why would I try to pick up this sofa on my own and squeeze it out the door? You're asking to help me, but I'm declining your leverage. So I look crazy. You understand leverage when it comes to labor because you always ask for help, but you don't understand leverage when it comes to money because you were taught not to ask for help. M, y'all thought was going to be money because that's the whole topic of the whole alphabet of the ABCs of money. But I started with your mentality. There's a difference between mindset and mentality. Your mindset is the foundation, right? Positive mindset, positive attitude. But the mentality is what you're going to apply towards it, right? It's not a verb, but the mentality is what you're doing to execute the actions you need to take for the mindset that you have. We talked about money. We talked about mindset. We talked about your mentality. And we talked about stop missing opportunities. Stop missing out on things, man. What helped me make $1 million was the fact that I didn't miss nothing. I was broke. So I went to every conference I could afford. I went to every convention. I read every book I could. I didn't miss a whole bunch of opportunities. For those who don't know, I own a training series called Instincts. And I study these different animals, right? The cheetah, tiger, the brown bear, the black bear, the honeybee, hummingbird, the snow leopard, the jaguar. I have like 18 animals and more that I teach you. One of them is the mantis, the praying mantis. He has like 1,000 eyes in each eye. And that's because he does not miss anything. And I talk to you and I teach people about how to use the mentality of a mantis. And the reason most people don't have the opportunities they want is because they miss everything. So stop neglecting the things that you need to get where you want to get for the things that have you where you already are. That's neglect. Stop neglecting the things that you need to get where you want to be, to keep the things that you already have. Be okay using the word no. Another reason I blew through my money in my 20s, not only because I got audited, but I was helping too many people, man. Every time I turned around, I was helping somebody. Brian, can you help me? I'm about to get put out. All right, no problem. I know I can make it back. I got residual income. I got money coming in. Next thing you know, I looked up and I needed some money. And then nobody had nothing to pay me back with. So I got to use the word no. People still hit me to this day, man. I got a voice memo yesterday. A gentleman, Brian, I need some help. I got one before that, a young lady. Brian, I need some help on Facebook. Call me. Brian, I need some help. A lot of people need help, but if I help everybody, I'll be broke. There's always somebody who needs your help, but all I can do is give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so you can help yourself. I've gotten a lot better at using the word no, and when I started using the word no, I got a lot wealthier. I'm not saying be selfish. I remember I talked about that on G, giving. I talked about that on giving. I talked about that on C, charity. But at the same time, no does in fact mean no, and you got to be able to use it or you'll never get wealthy because people will always need you. O stands for opportunities. Stop missing them. O stands for open-minded. Be open-minded. O stands for optimistic. Be positive when it comes to money. Don't be negative. Don't have a lack of mentality. I don't have enough mentality. Have an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality. Be open-minded to new opportunities and put yourself in position to win. And the only way you're going to put yourself in a position to win is to be more optimistic so the universe can bring people, P, to you. People is the number one resource you can use or have in this country to get where you want to go. Money's great, but money comes from other people. Knowledge comes from other people. Don't be afraid to network with other people. That's another N from previous. We're doing R today. It's just a recap, and I'm not using the same word, so believe it or not, you still got to go back so you can remember A through R. P was people, though. And the wrong people in your circle will keep you poor. So make sure you surround yourself with the right people so you can end up in the right environments to get where you want to get financially. And I promise you, you will prosper properly and and have a positive attitude if you hang around the right people. Q is easy. Stop quitting everything. A lot of y'all, man, everything you start, you quit. You ain't finished nothing. You're going to start this challenge and most of y'all going to quit on E. Whether you're just listening via the challenge and want to take 26 days to be consistent, listening to all the letters of the alphabet. I don't care if you see this thing next year. I don't care if you see it next week. I don't care if you see it in 10 years. These principles are the same. Some of y'all are going to quit and not go 26 days straight. You're going to stop at E, which is the 5th letter of the alphabet. You're going to be toast. Some of y'all that want to do the challenge and help use some of these words to express this challenge and help share this knowledge with people, you're going to stop at C. You won't go 3 days strong. You quit everything. And money, remember, is quiet. Wealth whispers. Broke is noisy. Rich is loud. Wealth is quiet. You ain't got to tell everybody what you're doing. You ain't got to keep everybody in your business. You ain't got to brag and boast and wear fancy clothes and have the fanciest cars and the biggest house to show people that you loud. Wealthy people are quiet. We have nothing to prove. Wealthy people have nothing to prove. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Is that where we are today? R, that's my recap of A through R. I hope you guys remember to go back and reflect on the previous alphabets because some of this one day will resonate with you and you're going to be able to recall everything I said. You're going to be able to reference it and pull from it. And you're going to say, I remember that damn Brian Beane. This makes so much sense now.